Hey everybody, how's it going? The Johnny Cage here, welcoming you back for the final part of Let's Play the Simpsons arcade game. And oh man, I apologize right off the bat, because the first thing you're going to notice is that the sound is way out of sync, and I'm starting to figure out the real problem with that is that, well, for this game in particular, I hit the Windows button, and it screwed up the whole sound just went, right out the window after that point with the recording. So my apologies for that. I've also realized that a lot of the time the reason the sound is out of sync is because the screensaver ends up coming on at some point while I'm playing the game. And look at me, I'm just getting beat up by so many Mark Summers guys here. This is where this game really starts to turn into a quarter eater, because after all, this game was designed to be an arcade game where you're putting in a lot of money to beat the game. I know that I've beaten this at like a Chuck E. Cheese before when I was like, I don't know, maybe 10 years old. And oh geez, I probably must have spent like $5 in quarters beating this game. That was back when, games... Yeah, well, first of all, that was back when they actually had arcades. They actually had Chuck E. Cheese's around. And, you had to pay like 50 cents to play most games at an arcade like that. And this robot guy, I remembered him, but I didn't remember him giving me as much trouble as he's giving me right here. And shoots his laser beams at the screen. That's kind of weird. It does look like Marge has, like, rabbit ears when she gets hit with that. It's kind of crazy looking. But anyhow, so this is the final part of The Simpsons. This is the last time for a while you're going to be seeing me do 3 LPs at once. I am just, so overwhelmed with work right now, guys. It's just crazy. I had such a backlog of Pokemon videos, and now those are pretty much all up. But, I'm getting close to the end of Pokemon anyway, so we'll see how much longer we've got to go on that. I still want to play and use a lot of people's Pokemon that people have recommended to me. Also, thanks to all of my new subscribers. If you're watching this, apparently a lot of people are liking the Simpsons LP. I didn't think it was going to be that big of a deal, but I guess it's just one of those games that people fondly remember, even though it requires no skill on my part to play. But I guess thanks for the break. Then is something I can say. I've been playing a couple games in my free time, trying to figure out something else that I want to do, because I'll do a third game eventually, but the way I'm going to do it is that I'm going to beat that third game completely, and record it and then break it up in pieces and then do commentary over it. I always do post-commentary anyway, if you guys didn't know that. I just find it generally easier to process my thoughts. Oh yeah, Marge with a shuriken. That's something you don't get to see very often. Oh, 2 shuriken! Nice! So yeah, I'm fiddling around with some games. Legend of the Mystical Ninja for Super Nintendo is one of them. Also, the original Legend of Zelda and Mega Man 3 are a couple of others that I'm toying around with. So maybe you'll see one of those come December. I'm gonna say somewhere around December maybe, but it's tough for me to schedule things. Like, I'm still working on the Nintendo Power Time Machine video. I expected to have that. I might release that on Halloween, I'm thinking, actually. That might be my little Halloween gift, even though it's not Halloween related at all. But I was gonna try to do some just straight up game reviews, some games I really like but aren't very good at, like LPs, if you will. But I'm trying to think of how I want to do the setup of that, so that's something a little later down the road. I'm so happy that I've got so many subscribers right now, and feel free to leave any comments and feel free to leave any likes, guys. I love reading comments, and I'll reply back to just about any comment. If you like, I had one guy wanted me to give him a shout out in a video, so I feel free to do that. I'll give you shout outs in videos. I don't mind. I love giving shout outs to people. That's so fun for me. I mean, I love trying to make my channel as much community oriented as possible. Maybe it's been a while since I've said that. I honestly don't remember, but I love networking with people. I wish I could do some dual commentary with people, because there are a lot of really awesome LPers out there. Mr. Mistakes Were Made is one that I've been watching a lot of, and he's been doing really up-to-date games. He's doing Dark Souls, which is just, oh man, talk about being masochistic. That guy is just doing all sorts of crazy stuff. I'm also watching Nintendo Capri Sun, of course. Always checking out his videos, because I really like him. He really got me into wanting to play Plants vs. Zombies, so I've been playing that like crazy. I'm kind of to a point where I've pretty much done as much as I want to do in the game. I might hold off on it for a little bit. focus on doing these videos for you guys. That might be a little bit more worthwhile. Also, Skyrim's coming out in like 2 weeks, just a little over 2 weeks, and well, a little over 2 weeks from when I'm recording this. But I'm really looking forward to that. But I keep on forgetting about it because it has been a long time, guys, since I bought a brand new game that came out. I was trying to think of what game it was that I must have bought when it first came out, and I don't know. I really don't know what it was. But oh well, that's how it goes. It might have been something like Spore even. Remember Spore? That was kind of popular when it first came out, but it was such a terrible game. Oh man. Geez, I'm pretty glad I don't even have that anymore. I think an ex-girlfriend of mine has that. Oh well, that's how that goes sometimes. You give and you take, and so on and so forth. Anyhow, we're going to the last level of this game finally, the nuclear power plant, and this is where it's just gonna get to the point of, good lord, if I was playing this in an arcade, I would just stop now, because all this is the final boss is. First you have Smithers, and then you have Mr. Burns, and Mr. Burns, I think he's got like 3 forms to him, and it's just, there's no strategy. There hasn't been any strategy up to this point, certainly there's not going to be any now. But with Smithers, he'll throw bombs on the ground that you can pick up. Some of them just don't explode right away for some reason. He's pretty easy to take out. Well, compared to other bosses, he's not that bad. As you can see here, he just kind of runs around. He hits me with that cape all the time too. That I hate the different like planes of being able to hit a person, because I'm a little lower than him, but that cape still hits me. It's like it's frustrating because it's a dynamic that you can never really get quite right. Like, you don't know exactly where you have to be to hit him and for him not to hit you. And I'm even using Marge, who has the longest range weapon in the game, and I'm still having trouble with it. But anyhow, forget about that. Back to Skyrim, because that's actually fun, and I want to talk about that a little bit more, because it's gonna try to be the first like LP that I'm gonna play right off the bat, and I'll admit that I'm probably not gonna be the first one to show it off. Well, I know I'm not gonna be the first one to show it off, because some people are gonna be, as soon as they get that, they're immediately gonna start playing it for the YouTube community, which is great, because I might even watch some of that, give me some ideas. But I think I'm going to start. Oh, Smithers is gonna blow up. Oh my gosh, he's going crazy! Oh my god, there's so many explosions! Don't worry about your hair, Marge. There's a man exploding over there. Oh my god. So here comes Mr. Burns, comes crashing out of the wall. But why can't we just take that jewel out of Maggie's mouth? I know she likes it as a pacifier, but this is a big ordeal. People have been getting murdered in this ordeal. Seriously. This is no laughing matter anymore. Oh, my goodness gracious. Well, maybe it is. It's kind of laughable. I mean, it's Mr. Burns in a big robot suit shooting atomic bombs at me. It's kind of funny. It might be more funny than the newer Simpsons episodes, that's for sure. But anyhow, let's see. So Skyrim, I'm not sure how it's going to be laid out. I assume it's going to be a lot like 4 was Oblivion. I can only assume that that's how it's going to start out. I haven't seen much of like how the story goes, I should say. I've seen a lot of like character creation, and the big thing is of course the dragons, and the fact that you can have one weapon in one hand and something else in the other, like magic in one hand, sword in another. But I think if it's like number 4, I'm just gonna do a guild, perhaps we'll do it to like the Fighters Guild and see how that goes, because I'll probably have to really play around with my recording tools anyway to be able to record something that new, that great of quality graphic wise, because the rendering time for that stuff, I've heard, it can be quite a bit much. I mean, it takes me about maybe 7 to 10 minutes roughly to render like a Super Nintendo video. So for something with almost state-of-the-art graphics, that's gonna take a while, I bet. But anyhow, I'm gonna get through it. I'm gonna do everything I can for you guys, definitely, to get that out there. Especially for those that are unfamiliar with the series. I know that I had a hard time playing the first one, or not the first one, but playing 4. 4 was the first one I ever played. I never played, was it Morrowind, the third one? I heard that one was really good though too. A lot of people recommended that to me. But with 4, when I first played that game the very first time, I tried to play it like Grand Theft Auto or something, because I was trying to just going around like murdering people, just for the heck of it, Grand Theft Auto style. I was like, yeah, not a big deal, no one's gonna catch me or anything like that. But then you quickly realize you cannot play that game that way. You have to You cannot just go around being a crazy killer. You can be a killer if you want to, but you can't just go around mercilessly wandering through a town and killing everyone in it. It just doesn't work that way. So, if you're looking for that kind of game, you might want to stick with the GTA series. But I really want to show that off to people because that's a game that's been awesome for me. Same with like Civilization. I don't know how many people out there play Civ, but man, I love Civilization. I don't even know what it is about it. It's just such a fun game. I just love building stuff up, like building your own city, like playing SimCity or something like that. Oh man, those games just I can really get addicted to. I tend to only play them though for like a short while. I'll play them for like a few hours and don't even save the game because I'm not even coming back to it. But that's kind of how I stand on simulation games. But otherwise, you know, I've been doing that, and I've been playing Resident Evil 4, and I've got to say, the downsides to Resident Evil 4 are becoming more apparent as I play through. I'm in the 3rd of 5 chapters now, and you know, it's really GameCube. This is your immediate problem. Oh, we took out Mr. Burns. One last hit with the vacuum cleaner. Oh, down it goes. Oh, but anyways, I was talking about Resident Evil 4. The fact that you can't strafe from left to right, and the fact that you can't move your guy around when you're targeting, those are huge downsides to that game. And you know, it's got such high ratings. It's got like a 9.5 on GameFAQs, I think. And it's not a bad game. I mean, I suppose when you compare it to the rest of the Resident Evil series, with how they changed it up, it's a great improvement. But it's becoming really hard now. And now I've rescued the president's daughter, so now the whole game's an escort mission too on top of it, which hasn't been as much of a burden as I thought it would be, but it's still kind of annoying. So, well, we beat in The Simpsons, guys. So let the credits roll for a little bit. I've already told you about all these games that I'm playing, that I plan on playing in the future. Still gonna try to do everything in my power to get videos out every day. Because that's what I like to do. I love consistency in people, so I could only expect it out of myself. And we're just going to keep on taking it from there. We'll see what I play after Pokemon. After Pokemon's done, which will definitely be done before Lufia, I'm going to start up a new RPG. I'm thinking I'm going to end up playing Super Mario RPG this time, guys, because Battletoads isn't really working out for me too well. God, I really want to beat it, though, because I can. But anyhow, I'm out of time, guys. I'll talk to you later on. This has been the Johnny Cage. Subscribe, like, comment if you have not. I will talk to you guys tomorrow.